The next one better be. The next two ones better be short. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my shit. Remember the days when like some streams were just 2 hours long? What happened to those? Why is every SCP reading stream recently 4 hours? All right. Okay, we got somebody called Bonjour. Bonjour. We have not read any of their work. From the looks of, I mean, we have the 6 letters addressed to the SCP Foundation and 1 letter home. That we have read. But other than that, we haven't read any of their stuff. This will be the first. No. Yeah, no, this will be the first one. There is another one of theirs coming up like the next weekend, but yeah. This one is called The Lost Child. Okay. It does not look too long. The Lost Child, safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-118 is currently contained in a standard humanoid holding cell observed at all times by standard motion activated security cameras. Cell is to be furnished with appropriate furnishing for a year-old child, along with 2 stuffed animals, an orca, whale, and an elephant. SCP-118 may go to an outdoor enclosure once a day for a length not to exceed 1 hour between the hours of 9 and 17. This will be accompanied by at least 1 attendant who has never had children and is versed in American Sign Language, ACL, and its translation etiquette and usage. SCP-118 is not to be allowed verbal access to any other personnel except within approved testing parameters. This is the one that featured in 5. Yeah, it is one of the ones that got featured. I just need to read what it's about. Then maybe I can remember. It's a description. SCP-118 is a human female age with orange hair and light gray eyes. Has a scar on its right cheek. Yeah, does that scar looks. Yeah. Okay. 9 cm long in the shape of an open parenthesis. SCP-118 claims it received the scar several years ago when it was struck by a stranger on the street, but is reluctant to elaborate further. SCP-118 communicates primarily through ASL and occasionally through writing, though it is capable of producing coherent speech. The anomalous... Pardon me. Pardon, that was the Fanta Lemon. The anomalous properties of SCP-118 manifest when it is exposed to a parent who has, at some point in their life, dealt with the death of their child. In these instances, SCP-118 begins to speak in a voice inconsistent with what its own should sound like, instead of reflecting the age and gender of the aforementioned deceased child. Hereafter referred to as -1. At time of death, SCP-118 is aware of its speech and vocal patterns as well as the psychological distress it caused the parent, signing various apologies and platitudes even as it continues speaking. Testing has indicated that SCP-1 must have been prepubescent under the age of 18 at the time of death. Further testing indicated that it is not biological age but the legal age, by which -1 defines a child. So like if like is it because are they saying legal age as in like the different like age of consent that like the US has, and that's why like it's like so it prefers that, like it not prefers, it preference that. That's what I want to say. Because like at the end it should be like it should be kind of like considered like 18 is like when you are like at the age of a young adult, or you're at least at the doorstep of becoming a young adult. 18, 19 is like the doorstep of young adult. 20, 21 is like now you're a young adult, and then 22, 23, 24 is like yes, now you're slowly getting out of the young adult stage, becoming an adult. I would say. Typically, the words and sounds SCP-2118 mimics are consistent with the final words/sounds of -1. It's uncertain at this point how SCP-2118 accurately mimics the sounds of drowning, asphyxiation, or the formation of blisters in the throat cavity. Of note is that SCP-2118's face maintains a look of contrition while said sounds are being mimicked, despite the occasional violent nature of -1's death. Interview 1. Interviewed SCP-2118, Dr. Danvers translating. Interviewed Drs. Lavoie and Wu. Initial interview with Dr. Lavoie, psychologist, and Dr. Wu, SCP-2118's primary researcher. All translated statements from SCP-2118 will be in brackets. Good morning, SCP-2118. That's not my name. My name is... For all intents and purposes, you are now SCP-2118. Do you understand what you are? Some kind of science lab. Yes. Do you understand why you're here? I did something bad. Why do you think you did something bad? Because whenever I talk, people get mad. It's because of the lady who hit me with her purse. I'm sorry. Can I go home? Get on with it, Lavoie. Yes, alright. SCP-2118, this is your home now. We're here to study you and see why it makes people angry when you talk. It's because I sound like their baby. I'm sorry? That's what my mom said. When I talk, I sound like their baby, and that makes them sad and angry. I'm sorry. I don't mean it. SCP, I glued my mouth shut once, but I had to go to the hospital when it wouldn't come back open. Do you have glue? Special glue? We're not going to glue your mouth shut. Did that make you mad? I'm sorry. Please don't stop talking to me. Can we stop here? Can we stop there? Dr. Wu is a piece of shit. I'm sorry. This child is clearly like going through it. And this guy is just like, we don't have time for this. Like, I'm like, god damn. Asshole. Interview 9. SCP-2118, Miss, translating back those the same doctors again. Interview with D3498, a 27-year-old Caucasian male convicted of the second-degree murder of his wife and 3-year-old daughter. All translated statements from SCP-2118 will be in brackets. Begin log. D3498 enters. SCP-2118 begins trampling as D3498 sits. SCP-2118 does not speak for 35 seconds. SCP-2118, are you? I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. SCP-2118 abruptly begins to scream 121 decibels in a high-pitched voice, presumably belonging to -1, sustained for 5 seconds. 3-year-old, Daddy? Daddy, help me, Daddy. What the fuck is this? Daddy, Daddy, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I don't mean it. I'm sorry. D3498 has grown visibly distressed and stands to leave. SCP-2118's voice cuts off and is replaced by gurgling physical throat depression consistent with clawing at throat for breath. D3498 begins to fight against his restraints, and when that does not work, turns on SCP-2118. Shut up, bitch! Bitch, that's not your voice! Yeah, of course it's not her voice. It's just... Oh, poor child. D3498 throws himself against his restraints at SCP-2118, and Agents M and C are called in, removing D3498 for termination. Thank you, SCP-2118. You will be returned to your cell now. Mama? SCP-2118's voice has changed to that of a young boy, approximately 8-year-old. Agent M has stopped assisting Agent C, and has instead staring at SCP-2118. Mom, I'm cold. My chest hurts. My fingers hurt too. Why? Can you tell me whose voice this is? SCP-2118 does not verbally or physically answer, instead staring at Agent M. I'm too cold, Mama. Where are you? Where did you go? Mama, how could you? Get out. Get out now. Sounds of small scuffle. SCP-2118 crying. 25 decibel, a door slamming. Closing statement. Agent M has been removed pending police investigation. Doctor Wu. That's so fucked. This is so fucked. It's good though. It's a good SCP. Like you feel for this poor child that has a power beyond her control that makes people absolutely despise her, and he is aware that like it's weird and freaky and damn. Interview 12. SCP-2118 researcher Anselman. Unsanctioned interview between SCP-2118 and researcher Anselman captured on video. Researcher Anselman is not assigned to this SCP. All translated statements from SCP-2118 will be in brackets. Begin log at 23:45. Motion activated security camera 72 detects researcher Anselman approaching the glass at the front of SCP-2118's cell. Researcher Anselman watches SCP-2118 sleep for a moment, then begins tapping on the glass. SCP-2118 remains asleep for 96 seconds, only waking when researcher Anselman begins knocking on the glass. SCP-2118? SCP-2118, wake up. You're not supposed to be here. SCP-2118 has begun trembling, indicated of the approach of -1. Also, when she trembles, it's not because she's afraid, but it's because like something's like she's basically like getting possessed or like partially possessed by whatever like voice. After 22 seconds, SCP-2118 begins speaking in the voice of a prepubescent male. Dad? Why are you making me do this? Dewey? I'm scared, Dad. Don't be. You're manifesting the voice of SCP-2118. What happens after we die? What? SCP-2118 has grown visibly distressed and angry. As it stands, its movements are less fluid and more jittery. No, I know, but I thought you might have some ideas with your job and all. No, wait. No, I know. But I thought you might have some ideas with your job and all. Did you really think you could talk to him? Mr. Ansman, Dewey, you're gone. You're supposed to know what happens after we... It's okay, Dad. It really is. I love you. He's dead. They're all dead. I can't be him for you. I can't be anyone. Mr. Ansman begins to cry and kneel in front of the glass, looking at the ground. SCP-2118 stands and approaches the glass, watching him. I'm sorry. I couldn't help you sooner. I hate it here. Dad, security camera 3 directed at the northwest door leading into the hallway containing SCP-2118 cell activates. Dr. Wu enters and upon seeing researcher Anselman interacting with SCP-2118 stops moving and watches. SCP-2118 begins imitating the sound of gasping and struggling to breathe while maintaining its stare, although its expression is now more sad and angry. After 58 seconds of this, it fades and SCP-2118 quiets and still staring at researcher Anselman. I can't help you. Researcher Anselman remains where he is for 3.5 minutes, then stands and walks out of view of camera 72, the view of camera 3. SCP-2118 remains where it is. Come on, Anselman. You know better than this. I know. I'm sorry. Dr. Wu escorts researcher Anselman out. SCP-2118 presses its forehead against the glass, staring at where camera 3 confirms researcher Anselman was standing. After 5 minutes of inactivity, camera 72 shuts off. End log. This is not okay. This poor child. Being forced to like letting like dead children coming to like to possess her. Finding out who are murderers and who are like, you know, suffering from the trauma and the trauma just coming back. And as you said, you can't be their children for them. It's just a voice. They don't come back. She's probably the most like mature 6-year-old ever, because like she had to learn real fast that like that her powers are, that her gifts, not gifts, just her powers will not bring peace to anybody. You could argue maybe with Anselman it could have brought peace, but as you saw, like he was just very like distraught at the end.